For thousands of years, the Arctic remained untouched, hiding unimaginable wealth beneath silent ice.
Ancient humans survived these brutal lands without understanding the colossal riches hidden below everything. They passed over vast minerals and oil deposits, unaware their footsteps marked future battlegrounds. Civilizations only guessed what existed beyond the ice, imagining monsters guarding mythical riches. Civilizations only guessed what existed beyond the ice, imagining monsters guarding mythical riches. Extreme cold crushed the Vikings' ambitions, leaving Arctic territories unexplored for many centuries. European powers chased northern routes, believing shorter passages would rewrite trade and empire supremacy. Explorers froze and perished, proving the Arctic was powerful enough to defeat empires. Britain mapped northern regions aggressively, convinced the Arctic held keys to global trade. The Dutch followed desperately, hoping Arctic access would secure dominance in world commerce. Russia arrived first, claiming vast frozen territories nobody believed were strategically valuable then. They documented every coastline, unknowingly preparing future generations for economic and military battles. Soviets realized strategic value early, establishing research bases disguised as peaceful scientific stations. Superpowers sent nuclear submarines under ice, silently watching each other's moves with fear. America monitored Arctic expansion anxiously, worried Soviet control could threaten global supply routes. Soviets built world's strongest icebreaker fleet, enabling operations where other nations couldn't survive. Both superpowers considered Arctic a silent battlefield, where one move could spark global chaos. Soviet collapse left Arctic unguarded temporarily, opening a dangerous vacuum of global power. Russia soon returned stronger, rebuilding bases with modern technology and unmatched military presence. Melting ice changed everything, revealing new shipping lanes previously impossible for human navigation. The northern sea route emerged, cutting global shipping distances dramatically and shifting economic power. Ships could now bypass traditional choke points, weakening nations dependent on southern maritime route.
Russia quickly asserted sovereignty, demanding foreign ships request permission to access new routes.
The West panicked, realizing Russia controlled a vital artery linking Asia to Europe.
Russia militarized the region rapidly, creating powerful strongholds capable of defending massive territories.
Satellites revealed hidden bases equipped with missiles, radars, and nuclear-powered surveillance systems.
China joined aggressively, labeling itself a near-Arctic state, despite being geographically distant.
Their alliance strengthened, combining Chinese financing with Russian control over Arctic pathways. The United States responded urgently, sending fleets north to re-establish lost strategic presence. NATO forces intensified presence, fearing Russia and China could dominate global shipping altogether.
Nations argued fiercely over seabed claims, presenting geological evidence like weapons in diplomacy.
Russia claimed seabed extends from its coast, demanding ownership of enormous Arctic territories.
Canada countered immediately, insisting ancient geological formations connected Arctic lands to Canada.
Denmark joined unexpectedly, using Greenland to justify its own massive Arctic territorial demand.
These overlapping claims raised tensions dramatically, setting stage for future geopolitical confrontations.
The seabed holds staggering wealth, $30 trillion in resources critical for industries.
Countries began preparing drilling operations, ignoring environmental warnings to secure energy dominance.
Russia developed ice-resistant platforms, allowing extraction where Western companies couldn't operate efficiently.
China funded ports, pipelines, and corridors, strengthening its influence without direct military involvement.
Europe feared dependence, knowing Arctic control could determine future energy security and pricing.
Experts warned a new Cold War had begun, centered entirely around frozen oceans.
Submarines surfaced aggressively, demonstrating Russia's unmatched readiness for Arctic military conflict.
American bombers patrolled northern skies, signaling they wouldn't surrender Arctic influence easily.
Russia tested hypersonic missiles, proving it possessed superior technology for Arctic dominance.
NATO expanded surveillance, building advanced radar stations near Russian border monitoring Arctic movement.
China expanded fleet of icebreakers, preparing long-term presence despite lacking natural Arctic borders.
Melting ice disrupted ecosystems severely, threatening fish supplies millions depend on worldwide.
Wildlife suffered immensely, especially polar bears struggling to survive shrinking habitats rapidly.
Unpredictable weather intensified, increasing risks for ships navigating unstable, newly opened waters.
Environmental groups warned disasters would be catastrophic, impossible to clean in freezing conditions.
Shipping companies planned new shortcuts, reducing fuel costs significantly and increasing profit margins.
Russia demanded transit fees, effectively controlling global shipping passing through Arctic channels.
Western corporations reluctantly negotiated with Russia, realizing their industries depended on Arctic access.
China saw opportunity, routing cargo through Arctic to bypass traditional Western-controlled choke points. Mega ports emerged across Russian Arctic coast, turning remote wilderness into logistic superhighways.
Countries deployed drones to scan seabed, hunting rare minerals essential for modern technology.
Geologists confirmed massive rare earth deposits, surpassing some of world's largest known reserves. Mining companies prepared specialized machinery, capable of operating under extreme Arctic environments.
World leaders held private meetings, discussing Arctic ownership quietly to avoid political backlash.
Satellites revealed escalating tensions, fleets mobilizing and aircraft patrolling strategic Arctic zones. Russia expanded airfields dramatically, deploying fighters capable of launching from snow-covered runways.
United States deployed advanced drones monitoring Russian activities, preparing for strategic countermeasures.
China built research stations serving dual purposes, combining scientific work with geopolitical surveillance.
Indigenous communities feared conflict, worried ancestral lands would become battlegrounds for superpowers.
Russia stationed missile systems aggressively, signaling readiness to defend Arctic claims militarily. NATO jets regularly intercepted Russian planes, increasing risk of unintended escalation rapidly.
Leaders warned future wars wouldn't begin in deserts, but above frozen northern seas.
Climate models revealed Arctic heating twice faster, accelerating geopolitical battles for resources. Russia dramatically planted flag underwater, symbolizing its determined claim over Arctic seabed. Canada launched patrol ships, refusing to let Russia dominate critical waterways uncontested anymore. China celebrated successful Arctic cargo voyages, proving it could bypass Western-dominated trade routes.
The United States debated Arctic strategy, recognizing region's importance for future economic survival.
Joint drills demonstrated powerful alliance, raising fears of shifting global balance toward east.
The world realized Arctic would become central hub of future energy, trade, and conflict. The frozen north is awakening slowly, preparing to reshape world power structures forever.